tonight, we are very honored to have a dear old friend of the WID and a wonderful comedian in his own right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Kenzel, right over here.
Thank you very much for coming out tonight. My name is John Kenzel. I'll be the host of this wonderful celebration of the life and times of the legendary WID. But first, I want to also thank Zafir and the Backseat Comedy Festival, or as I like to call it, the world's largest pizza delivery man convention. Okay, there you go. We're getting warmed up. There you go, the Fishtown Paul Schaefer. Okay. Okay. We are here tonight to roast, to celebrate the life of one of Philadelphia's most celebrated, wonderful comedians. But unfortunately, Joey Bishop dropped dead last year. So now I'll bring out the centerpiece of our dinner tonight. Please welcome the legendary WID.
That's a crock. That's a crock. Hey, no want a piece of this? In comedy, it's all about delivery. I mean, look, fucking Jack in the Box, right? I feel like a jackass. I'm no Jack the Ripper. All right, so. It's a cardigan.
He looks like one of the Hanson brothers from Slapshot.
Yes! That's my goal.
What am I doing here? Okay. WID is a legend in Philadelphia. Not many people know this, but when he first started out, he was known as Broccoli Top. I didn't write that. He's a handsome, tall drink of water right there. Many people, the first time they ever see WID, they usually say the same thing. Hey, stop taking pictures of my kids. Speaking of kids, when WID was a kid, right, in his neighborhood, when the garbage truck would come down the street, the guy would be yelling out, garbage, garbage, and WID would run out and say, I'll take 2 bags. WID asked me to help him out with his taxes, and WID, to answer your question, no, you can't claim head lice as dependents.
That was over my head.
Look at him, he's like Fred Sanford on meth. WID is one of the few white people at the Laugh House, right? Well, it's WID and several parole officers, okay? Oh, that's great, okay. In fact, did you guys, speaking of the Laugh House, a milestone was reached last night at the Laugh House. The 1 millionth my credits fucked up joke has been told. And WID's a great guy too, and he has those glasses. Look how thick those glasses are. If you look close, you can see goldfish swimming around. I like WID a lot. WID's my very good friend. WID doesn't know, he's fearless. He doesn't know the meaning of the word fear, the meaning of the word quit. the meaning of the words health insurance. WID got out of comedy for a while and he made porno films. But his name then was the WID. I have a note here on the index cards in my handwriting. I have a note here. Wait, it's a special note from some of your friends. Dear WID, we miss you and haven't seen you in a long, long time. And it's signed soap and toothpaste. All right, people. All right. Coming to the stage right now, one of your first of your roasters, one of our good friends, good friend of mine. Please welcome the very funny Mr. Brendan Kennedy. Brendan Kennedy.
All right, everybody. Yeah, give it up for John Kensel. John Kensel likes to joke about how he looks like Dave Coulier, but he always leaves out how he's just barely as funny as Dave Coulier. And has the same outfits. What? I don't even know. We're gonna make fun of WID tonight, which is always a good time, but first, let's make fun of these fucking people over here. First, the man in the red suit. Really? Next. He's dressed like Andre 3000 from Outkast. It's fucking great. Then we have a young lady here dressed as WID. Who knew WID was a dyke? Who's up next? We got Chip Chantry here. Chip Chantry is he's going to be taping a DVD very soon. I'm having a little bit of advice, Chip. You should call the DVD, "You accidentally bought this while drunk after a show last night," so that people know why they have it in their coat pocket the next day. The gentleman squeezing out of his collar there is Eric Todd. Way to shave your goatee in half. The man in the faggot sunglasses is Benny Michaels. Benny is he's a good friend of mine, but he's also a very sad man. Actually, his only happiness in life comes in the 5 minutes when his wife takes a shower because he gets to jerk off in front of internet porn. WID has been there a while, Benny, whatever his fucking name is, I don't know. They give us free drinks. Where's it? There we go. Thank you. That's awesome. Who else we got next? Richie Redding couldn't be here tonight because he's a pussy. So he actually was very nervous. He's busy featuring at the Laugh House on a showcase night. For those of you that don't know what that means, they don't have features on a showcase. He's a liar. It's pretty entertaining. He's also hosting a speed dating show, aka jerking off in his car before the showcase. If you know Richie, if you know him, but if you don't know, he looks like Hallie Joe Osment from The Sixth Sense grew up gay. That'd be Richie. So that's pretty awesome. Keith from Up the Block's supposed to be here, but I guess the buses didn't make it out this far. But let's go to Mr. WID here, because it's his night, everybody. Give it up for the WID! Nice. He's like the Kurt Cobain if he hung around. It's awesome. WID's actually my favorite part of the Laugh House open mic, and my favorite part of WID at the Laugh House open mic is watching him mix up all the black guys' names. It's absolutely great. I mean, who better to host an urban open mic than a racist old stutterer? Awesome. WID told me never to make jokes about AIDS on stage at the Laugh House, and I was like, why, WID? And he's like, because most of these people probably haven't. WID's a racist. I'm just kidding. WID's actually not a racist. He's a very nice gentleman, and I love WID. He's a great guy. Everybody give it up for the WID.
I said that because, look, I got a case.
Brendan Kennedy. He looks like Joe Cocker with a thyroid condition. No, he looks like Betty Crocker. What's going on?
Crocker.
Oh, here you go. This next friend, he's also a witch driver too. This next guy, he does the work of three men. Curly, Larry, and Moe! Anyway, please, give a great big hand for Mr. Danny B. Danny B.
Yes, I am Lid's personal driver. Imagine that. Nobody's safe. Let's give it up for the band, Pearl Drunk. All right, the legendary WID. Richie Reddy couldn't be here because he's finishing puberty. All right, Carrot Top's father, how you doing? Somewhere there's a circus missing a freak. Hey, I was in short call. I just got the internet, and here we are. And a lot of people don't know which in the recycle. He is really, at the end of every show, please recycle. He always says that. And I always know that's true because he's been wearing the same shit for the last 5 days. Yeah, it's a roast. Not supposed to be nice. Me and Lee met by coincidence. We were under the L, we both walked up to each other and said, "You got any spare change?" They were talking about Wade's porno experience. It probably would have worked out if it wasn't a one-man porno. It was banjo background music. That ended like this. Thank you, all thank you.
Danny B right there. After the show tonight, we'll teach you how to make a Percocet.
I want to say a nice thing about Danny B. He loves his cousin as much as he loves his other cousin. I'm very glad that they made it, okay? Let's have a nice hand for Abe Lincoln right here.
Danny B, after the show tonight, I'll teach you how to make a Percocet omelet. This is true. Okay. Now, I have a question about films. All right, people, you young filmmakers here. It drives me batty, it drives me crazy when the song is in the commercial for the movie, but it's not in the movie. I hate that. I really hate that. I was so pissed off when Mambo No. 5 wasn't in Passion of the Christ. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, come to the stage right now. This guy is one of the proprietors of this wonderful place right now. He's also a good friend of WID. Please give a great big hand for Mr. Nick Esposito. Nick Esposito.
Let's hear it for the band. Can you call it a band when you have 3 songs and 2 of them are based on Super Mario themes? It's kind of more of a rotation, isn't it? Coach was out here before. Coach, do you have any long anecdotes that don't have a punchline? Because we need that. Doug Sackman's here. I don't know where he is. He's a great guy. The only guy who could work on porno and lose money. I see Scott Johnson's here. WID, I hope you brought your long pants. Scott, what's up? Is your dress moo-moo at the cleaners? I'm sorry. You never go to the cleaners. You already hit me. Here he is. Scott looks like he lives on a houseboat that's insulated with empty Dorito bags. Just eating beans out of a Pringles can with a whisk. Shooting himself on VHS-C. One day he's going to make a video blog and the internet's just going to give up. Except for Celebrity, they're going to post it and say it's fantastic. But we're here to celebrate WID tonight. He's a good man. You would think you're such a collector. You know, you would think you'd have more than 3 shirts. You know, it's crazy. How can a guy who has 8 Jack in the Boxes? Excuse me. How can a guy who has 8 Jack in the Boxes have 2 pairs of underwear? It's ridiculous. It's terrible. WID, instead of collecting old junk, you should collect coupons. You could get a shirt at Old Navy for $10. Is this a roast or a benefit? Really? You know, it's coming. The guy's got no money. Eventually, he's going to end up in the hospital. You know, he's going to hit a watermelon roll with his sledgehammer. It's going to pop and hit him in the spleen. You know, he's going to be in the hospital. The worst part of it is WID in the hospital. He's going to be up there and these tubes and all this stuff, and you're going to have to listen to 20 minutes of puns about bedpans and medicine cups. Very sad. Very sad. But WID is great. We're very happy that he's here. He's always been in our, we've done several videos with him. He always adds a je ne sais quoi to it. And people always, who is that? What is that? It's very confusing. And that's it. Thanks very much.
Coming to the stage right now, another good friend of mine, a good friend of WID's. Please give a great big hand to Mr. Benny Michaels. Benny Michaels.
Can you people in the back hear me? Because I don't want anyone to miss a gem. The legendary WID is so corny that the only thing cornier is the legendary WID shit after he eats a lot of corn.
Cornea.
In all seriousness, thank you for coming out to help us celebrate the legendary WID's 200th year in comedy, ladies and gentlemen. Legendary WID, an icon in the comedy community, a man so well respected that the Backseat Film Festival got a panel of nobodies to roast him at the 941 Theater on a Thursday night. I love the WID. Ever since I've met the WID, the guy's always treated me like a son. I don't even know why I say that. I guess it's just because he kind of reminds me of my own father. He raised me. I always loved the legendary WID's wardrobes. He looks like a mannequin at a Goodwill storefront. Speaking of mannequins, unfortunately, Richie Redding wasn't able to make it out tonight. He did tell me on the phone.
He's a mannequin depressive.
In Richie Redding's defense, though, he did say that he had to back out because he had a gig tonight that was paying $300. I believe he's opening for Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny at that new comedy club that opened up in Mr. Rogers' Imagination Land. I'd like to thank the Hubble Telescope for donating WID's glasses. He's coming over tomorrow to my house to help me out with my ant problem. I don't want to say the WID is an unattractive man, but when he goes down on a woman to give them oral sex, their vaginas look good by default. I'd like to thank all of you good folks for coming out, even in this recession that we're in, and spending $6 to come celebrate the Legendary WID. Thank you all. Give yourselves a big round of applause. This recession is a scary thing, you know, stimulus package. Whatever happened to the good old days when the stimulus package was PetSmart delivering a box of gerbils to John Kensel? I only see him because he looks like a retarded Richard Gere. Kensel actually whined and complained to get on this show. This show here! And the tactic works so well that next week he's going to threaten suicide to get booked at the porta potty on the construction zone on Sampson Street. 20 years in the business and Kensel's still driving WID around. Give it another 20 years, eventually he'll graduate to Chip Chantry's ass wiper. I love Chip Chantry, man. Chip's a good buddy of mine. I called him earlier. I was hanging out with my wife and she was just driving me nuts. She just kept laughing and laughing. I said, Chip, can you come over here and tell her some of your jokes, make her stop? How about a round of applause for Danny B, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, that was good. I think I heard more laughter coming from the movie theater, opening night of United 93. Legendary WID, man. It's good to see you. Yeah, I was in New York City. You know who was asking about you up there? Nobody. Little known fact about John Kensel, he drives WID around, and a lot of people are sympathetic because if you've seen WID's act, you know, he's got all those props. He's got to drag those big loads of shit around, and a lot of people feel bad for him. Hey, now you people know how I feel every time I've got to pick Brendan Kennedy up for it. Brendan Kennedy. I love you as Hugo on Lost. I have a 2-year-old son at home, and it's hard to get someone to watch him. But Brendan, since you're available most Friday and Saturday nights, you think you can help me out? Brendan's a good buddy of mine. He and I go to gigs together, and we'll stop at Wawa on the way for something to drink. And we've got different tastes. Like, I'll stop and get a bottle of Snapple, and he gets a 2-liter bottle of chili cheese Coke. Brendan's girlfriend recently broke up with him. She had some pet peeves. For instance, Brendan would often leave the toilet seat up and shit in the shower like an elephant. But the final straw was Valentine's Day. His girlfriend told him she wanted him to buy her edible underwear and eat it off of her, so Brendan cut 2 leg holes in a large pepperoni pizza. Have you guys ever seen those giant boxes of shit WID drags around them all over the place, man? Those things got more roaches in them than 2Ray's ashtray, who's not here, but gold like that, but I didn't want to waste it, you know? I'm not surprised 2Ray didn't show up. I mean, the guy was on HBO. I mean, look at us. The closest thing any of us have ever come to HBO is this guy in the red jacket ejaculating on his TV set during an Oz rape scene. WID's the man of 1,000 props. Personally, I couldn't do it. I mean, if I wanted to stand up on stage surrounded by trash, I'd ask Richie Redding for a spot in his Gloucester City, New Jersey room. Before I go, I would like to ask everyone to give one more round of applause for the Legendary WID. And a bigger round of applause for your host, John Kensel. There's a lot of people. I hope you appreciate Kensel for all the work he does, because not only does Kensel have to, drag these big boxes of props around, after the show he's got to pack all the shit back in the box. And that's not the only time Kensel's heard the phrase shit in a box in his comedy career, as last weekend he was at the Spaghetti Warehouse and defecated in Dolly Garber's cunt. And that's my time, ladies and gentlemen. The Legendary WID. Let's get it.
Give a hand. Thank you for those inside jokes. Get up and
Come on, Benny Michaels. It looks like Oliver North with a stroke.
It looks like last time without
This next performer, he got plastic surgery to look like James Hetfield, 1989. Please welcome the very funny, snappily dressed Mr. Scott Johnson. Scott Johnson!
Wow, thank you.
Yo!
I'm so delighted to have been dropped into the middle of this stellar lineup of talent. I didn't actually know that part of the roast involved co-roasting your co-roasters. The WID, thanks, the WID and I go back many, many years. About 20 years next year. Shit, you are old, motherfucker.
You're catching up.
I am. The WID would headline Saturday night shows for comedy, and there'd be like 2 or 3 people who would show up and demand a refund after the show. And I would always say, you don't know the WID. That guy gives and gives to people, usually syphilis, but in honor of the WID, I didn't even prepare any notes. I just scribbled shit down on some flyers. Last minute, and I got drunk. I'm a little high. And this is all for the WID. This one's for you, Dad. Dio. Now, let's start. I don't care if it bombs. Fuck you people. The joke is gold. You're the failure. The WID has been involved in the Peekaboo Review since 28 years before it even formed. The WID is the most distinguished alumni of Philadelphia's Peekaboo Review. You can ask him. Is this true?
That's true.
Did you know that the WID was also a filmmaker who graduated out of Temple? Isn't that right?
No.
Is this your call? This is called response.
I was an honor student. Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. No. I took medicine for 3 years. Oxycontin.
You're coming up. You got 3 to go, bitch. Now listen. I have worked with the WID for many years. The WID went sober once. And crazy. At a rehearsal. I was there. I'll never forget those golden words. Don't you give me the fucking hi-hat! Don't you fucking give me the hi-hat! Don't you give me the hi-hat. I didn't even know what it meant until I saw Miller's Crossing. And it was funnier in that movie. Now, the WID did go crazy sober one day, but that day is gone. For those of you who don't know it, there are many WIDs separated by a beer. Each. I will now chart the WIDs. Number 1, the Mentor beer. Nobody? I guess maybe you're not friends of the WID. Fuck you people. Beer, thank you. You tried. You know what? No, I have to learn on my own. Beer 1, the Mentor beer, which is this. Okay, thanks. Look, let me tell you. Beer 2 is, which you buy the WID. Nobody? Which you have to buy the WID? Fuck you, fuckers. Beer 2 is Excitable Boy. Excitable Boy WID. Beer 3 is, you have to buy him a shot too, because it's beer 3. Beer 3 is the Buddy beer. That's, thank you, Tayuns. The Buddy beer is the hump. I love you. I love you. And he walks away to go get someone else to buy him a beer while he holds your beer. Beer 4, and you must get him this, or your beer is his beer. Which is kind of a phenomenon to experience until he actually takes your beer out of your hand and walks away with it. Listen, Beer 4 has an amendment. What's he doing behind me? If he shoots me, it's on camera. Now listen, it won't be the first time. Now, Beer 4.5 is this. It brings in the Angry WID Part 1. Part 1 is the WID tells you who he hates. I am Hugo Chavez, and I think America should not trade with us. Fuck them. Thank you. Now, I don't know why you wanted that. It was very popular last week at the Republican rally. But beer 4.5 to the WID is the WID hates everyone. Fuck those fuckers! Fucking fuckers! The problem is, you always want to get a beer 5 to calm them down. Which brings me to Angry WID Part 2. The WID hates you! What did you get him, a lager? Don't worry, because that one eventually veers in the fucking moon and he sees someone else in the room he hates. And he comes up to you and asks you to buy him beer 6, the reconciliation beer. Which means, of course, that the WID loves you. I think in this trying time, with a new president, thank God, the WID's tireless mantra of, come on, give me something for that, should really be absorbed as the American anthem.
Come on, give him something for that!
Thank you. Bitch upstaged me on his own roast. Motherfucker. Oh, Richard Reddy, thanks for hosting tonight. You're doing great. Now listen. 2 more points. Number 1, the WID uses props. Number 2, millions have watched the WID, which is millions more than any of you will ever have as an audience. The millions who watched WID, dozens of them almost laughed. And some of those people went on to become comedians who others wouldn't laugh at. Our distinguished panel. And WID, to be here in front of you, a plexiglass shield in front of a log, makes me realize that you've influenced all of us and wrecked most of our lives. Fuck you.
Let's have a nice hand for the gay Santa Claus.
Scott Johnson went into Halloween Adventure and said, give me a costume that looks like a giant tampon. He looks like the evil conscience. Okay. Does everybody calm down now? Everybody fine now? Okay. There you go. That's right. There you go. Whatever he said. Okay. People come to the stage right now. This man is a very good friend of WID's, and he is a very good friend of mine too. And all the comics on the dash right here. Please give a great big hand for Mr. Eric Todd. Eric Todd. Sit the fuck down.
You get up, I'm gonna smash your kneecap with that crock pot. Let's hear it for that last character, Scotty Johnson, all right, huh? Looks like Wolverine if Wolverine was to host a fat game show. Calm down, some of my best friends host fat game shows, no big deal. Let's hear it for the band back here. I don't know their name, but I like to call them the 3 guys that look like the 3 different guys who played drums for Blue Oyster Cult. I have a good friend Wade here. A good friend Wade tonight. Woo! You know what my friend Wade and a Fiero have in common? They both spent the 90s sleeping in a garage. I like that you laughed at that because cars don't really sleep. It doesn't really matter. What does my friend Wade's apartment, he has an apartment now, have in common with an all-night A&P? You don't know? They both have that button, the buzzing black guys. It's not that Wade is racist. He just likes to see the look on Benny from the east side's face. What the fuck's the guy saying? What's the color that they're making it up? Oh, fuck him. I don't care. Let's make fun of another low-life minority, the Italians. Little Benny Michael over here. Look at the grease ball. He looks like a cooked-up Fonzie, doesn't he? His idea of happy days is way back before his meth lab blew up. Looks like Ralph Macchio with AIDS. On a serious note, my buddy Wiz, one of my buddy Wiz's props has gone missing. His rubber chicken. Benny Michaels, did you eat it? Chip Chantry, good friend of mine. No props in his act. He hates props. Props he hates most, Prop 8. Alright, I was alerted this afternoon by John Kensel to make some jokes, so I think that's it that I have. But seriously, if I never knew John Kensel, I would never know WID. If I never know those two guys, I would never know any of these people. And I would never have a night like this. This is better than doing stand-up anywhere. Seriously. I'm serious. A night like this. Let's hear it for a great guy in the WID. Let's take that fucking seat. Who the fuck was that?
Jackie Gleason with a thyroid condition. We have right now, ladies and gentlemen, Christine D'Agostino right now. Christine D'Agostino. The WID.
I'm breaking the fucking house down. Hey, this place would be packed if it wasn't for the icy roads. Yeah. Let me present you with this check. I don't know. What else I got?
Hey, wait a minute here. That's a fucking imposter.
I'm trying to do my act.
That's an imposter right here. That's not even a man, baby. That's a wig on it. Hey, don't wig out on me, man. All right? Don't fucking wig out on me. I'm the real fucking wig, all right? I'm Mike Baldwin. You might not know that's my name, Mike Baldwin. You're more like Dyke Baldwin with this Paula Poundstone collection you got here. I don't know what that's all about, baby. All right?
I'm a poundstone. I'll fucking pound your face down on the ground, you fuck.
Hey,
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
hey, don't brush me off. Don't brush me off, baby. All right? Don't brush me off. Okay? I'm barely scraping by. All right? I'm barely scraping by. Fucking late, I would have been here on time. I was late, I got fucking jumped on my way over here. Right? Walking through here, this fucking neighborhood, I got fucking jumped. Unbelievable. Look, I brought my fucking dream date. Dolly Parton. That fucking Dolly Parton, all right? Right over there. Right. Kidding porn. Yeah, right over
last time you saw a white guy with a foot?
I'm about to tell you a few things about myself. Like I said earlier, I fucking, I did go to college, all right, for a fucking while there. I did, all right, and I was an honor student. I didn't fucking do it, Your Honor, you know, I had nothing to do with it. You know? Spent a semester studying abroad, all right? Her name was Mary, you know, all right? Who got me on the fucking, I didn't do it, Your Honor, role, all right? You know, she didn't appreciate that kind of shit, all right? No big deal, all right? Right over there is the fucking win, right there. Unbelievable. Let's hear it for the guy, you know? The legendary fucking win. Right over there. All right?
Come on, that was the best Ray Charles imitation I've ever seen in my life. That's better than Jamie Foxx.
My name's Chris Osborne. I just wanted to, real quick, just tell you a quick story about the first time I ever met the WID. I don't really even wear glasses. First time I met WID, I was 19 years old, and I went to the Laugh House basically on a dare, like for my friends, and they said, just go up there and do whatever you think of. And the first thing I ever did, I was the last one to go. It was like 11:30 at night. We went through 25, you know, real good stand-up comedians, and I was just standing there, and I kept the whole night. I just kept telling WID, you know, this is my first time. I'm real fucking nervous. You know, I don't know how I'm gonna do. He's like, you're gonna be fine, baby. You just fucking go up there, just be yourself, all right? So I went up there, and I started telling some jokes, and they sucked, right? And so what I did was I faded, like I fake passed out, and I laid on the floor, and I just laid there for about 30 seconds, and it was dead silence. And all of a sudden, somebody yells out, call 911. And WID goes, no, don't do that. I'm gonna fucking see what's wrong with him. WID walks up on the stage and fucking kicks me right in the rib with a boot. He goes, like that, he kicks me. And when he kicks me, I started faking a seizure. I started flopping around on the ground. WID screamed out, fucking call 911! Starts running out the door. So at this point, I get up and I just sprinted out the door. I didn't know what was going to happen. So the next week, this is when I really got to know like who the WID was as a person. The next week, I showed up at the Laugh House again, and I said to WID, WID approached me. He's like, oh, you're that fucking guy who went up for the first time last week, huh? And I was like, yeah. He goes, it was all right. It was a little fucking shaky. That was good. That was a true story. First time I ever met WID. Ever since then, we support more people in comedy than, you know, welfare.
If it wasn't for the icy roads, this place would be packed. All right, I want to tell a true WID story. It'll take a minute. Honest to God, true story. We did a show in Northeast Philadelphia. We get done a show, right? We're at the bar area. I'm right here. WID's right here. And this big 6'8" guy with a long giant mullet. There's a truck driver staying in the hotel. Okay, and the guy was like a dickhead. He's all pissed off. He's all like high and stuff. So he sees WID get done his show, and WID comes out, and WID has to calm down from doing his little show. So the guy said to WID, he goes, what, do you think you're funny? You one of the comedians? Tell me a joke, Mr. Funny Man. And he goes, look, pal, I'm done. I'm done for the night. I'm tired. I just want to relax. Calm down for a second. Leave me alone for a minute. The guy's like, what's your problem? And the guy goes like this, and I'm standing right there, and he has a gun tucked. He has a gun tucked. It's a true story. Tucked in his side right there, right? I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to tell the manager of the hotel, this man has a gun, which was me a gunfight, right? This guy wasn't kidding around at all. And WID goes, what do you think, a man of higher caliber than me? He goes, what are you going to shoot your mouth off, you son of a gun? Right? And I went to the room, I told the manager, and when I came out, they were drinking together. And that's a true story, swear to God. And yes.
He tells that joke automatically.
Come, Mr. stage right now. This man is also a legend. Tonight you heard a lot about him before he got here. Please give a great big hand for Mr. Richie Redding. Richie Redding, the star. Richie Redding.
Alrighty, Ruth, thank you. Thank you. Where did John Kensel go? Give it up for John Kensel, hosting the shit out of this thing. John's the only person that could put on a WID wig and his hair would actually look better. He's got the hairstyle of the guy from Highway to Heaven before he got ass cancer. Yeah, you gotta start off with ass cancer sometimes, kids. That's the way it goes. Fantastic. Scott Johnson, thank you for crawling out of Joey Martini's ass for the night. A lot of people think that Scott is gay. He's not gay because guys won't fuck him either. We gotta loosen up a little bit here, folks. Where did Danny B go since I'm bombing? Where did Danny B?
He's taking a shit.
Okay. WID actually drives with Danny B, which is unbelievable. The guy takes about 16 Percocets a day just to break even. And kind of reminds you of Paulie from the Rocky movies if heroin made you fat. So we have my good friend Brendan Kennedy, who always insists on dressing like one of the angels from Dogma. And then no talent ass clown Benny Michaels is back there doing blow. Awesome. Sorry, it doesn't take like 7 minutes to take a piss, folks. If any of you comics ever have the opportunity to work with WID and share a room with him at a hotel for the weekend, don't do that. This is a true story that he woke up in the middle of the night. I mean, I'm sound asleep. It's like 4 in the morning. And all of a sudden I hear, "Look, pal, I'm trying really hard up here, okay?" And he shoots up in bed. He's like fucking throwing punches. I was like, "Wait, what's going on?" He's like, "I'm fucking trying really hard, kid. I'm under restraint here." 4 in the morning, getting heckled and fighting them off. Give it up for the WID. That's what I'm talking about. I just want to close by saying that WID is old school. We all know this, that he's old school. And he's so old school that when you try to do drugs with him, you have no idea what he's actually talking about. The last time I tried to smoke, WID wanted to smoke pot with me. He calls me up, he says, "Hey kid, I got some of that good guy if you want to get nice, you know, some of that good guy, kid." Like that good guy, what are you talking about? Santa Claus? Santa Claus? Jesus Christ, I haven't fucked with him since the 80s. Alright folks, that's my time, Richie Redding, thank you.
It's an uphill bottle.
Richie Redding right there, Richie Redding. He plays Quagmire on Family Guy. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end this evening by having WID say a few words to you wonderful folks.
It was fun, wasn't it? Come on, give a hand for all these guys, okay? Come on, you'll never see him again. Give a hand. Well, after this, we're going to have bottomless dancers. And of course you're fucking arm and a leg. All right. Actually have that, but don't be afraid of me because I have a handgun here. And then, okay. I kind of like, this escapes me, but I'll try to do something off the cuff. Yeah. But please release me, let me go. Ladies and gentlemen, let me look at this astute dais, okay? Dais, okay, which is a Latin word for has-been. All right, okay, and, okay. never was, or who cares? But Philadelphia comedy, Philadelphia thing. This is where it all starts, okay? That's where Chubby Checker started, okay? This is where you know, the Hooters had their thing, okay? We got Todd Rundgren, you know, we got that going for us, okay? But one of the most important things is the Peekaboo Review, who has brought back, okay? No, because I used to work security for the Peekaboo Review, and the girls would come up and they say, hey, you know, they give me their problems, and you know, one time somebody drilled a hole inside their, you know, in their dressing room, and I said, you know what, I'll look right into that. No, it's because they need the exposure, these girls. And no, I mean, you know, it's important to know that, you know, that dancing like that is a shaky business, okay? But, you know, because I used to work at the Middle East restaurant. Let's have a nice hand for the Italian. The Italian. Okay? I can't see it. Yeah. Hold up your pipe bomb, okay? I can't see it. Okay. Or your hookah bomb, I'm sorry. There was one time where a music festival happened, and Phil Spector, the infamous Phil Spector, showed up, okay? And it was a Sunday night, and I said, who's here? You know, I came from Pittsburgh or something. And I said, who's here? And the guy asked some jerk off Phil Spector, okay? You know, he had blood coming out of his nose for doing too much coke and things like that. So 15-year-old Billy's behind the bar, okay? And I'm in there, and I get Phil Spector, and they said, nobody's gonna wait on him, okay? Nobody's gonna wait on him at all until I came and I says, I'll be the fucking drink bitch. I don't care, okay? And I came up and I got Phil Spector the 3 bottles of Jack Daniels and fucking, whatever Phil was drinking then. But Billy Tyan at 15 years old took one look at Phil Spector and said, get the fuck out of here, all right? Today that man is a lawyer. I want to have a nice hand for him for throwing out Phil Spector. Be my baby. We got Ted Garricky here. Ted Garricky here. I want to have a nice hand for him, okay? We've got Generation X up front. We got Generation X-Lax right there. Okay. Same shit, different year. Okay. Can we have Ted say something? Can Ted come up? No, Ted doesn't want to come up. Okay. Do you remember where we are, Ted? Okay. Okay, no, he remembers wood bras. Okay, yeah, okay. That's how old. Okay, and you know what? He got married, ladies and gentlemen, in a garage. Okay, because he couldn't back out. Okay, but there are some of his. How many children you have? Fucking Octo-Dad. All right, Octo-Dad. That's for your kids out there. All right. Right now, I want to say something about this band right here, okay? If I had props, they would fucking be 3 of them right there, okay? Come on. This is like 4 generations of music. This is like the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s. All right there. Okay. But there are 3-piece bands because they only know fucking 3 pieces. All right. But, okay. I'm actually a tenor with bass habits. Okay, let's go on to this crew right here. Am I going to make fun of you, sir? If you want a joke, look down. One of the oldest jokes in the world thing. Let's have a nice hand for the gay Santa Claus right over there. He'll come in your chimney and any place else you want. Okay. But he shows up around the thing. Let's have a nice hand for my doppelganger. Okay, right over there. Doppelganger. For you people who don't know what a doppelganger is, it's who the fuck is that? All right. But right over there, and nice thing, and it's nice to see that she's dressed up tonight as a lesbian from Hawaii. All right. Okay. And Chip, I want to thank you for being here. He plays at the Helium Comedy Club. If you ever want to see a funny comedian at the Helium Comedy Club, come to the Laugh House. Okay. Right over here. How do you say your name? Eddie Daniels or Bobby Edwards or something? That's a fucking, this is not a witness protection program. Okay. But right over there, come on. Does he look just like the guy in Goodfellas? Come on, for he's a jolly good fella. Okay. He actually does have children, and we should all be fearful for that. All right. Brendan Kennedy, the Irish Lincoln, right over there. The Irish Lincoln. Okay, yeah. Gettysburg Address. Okay, you know where he goes on vacation? To a different bar. That means you're fucking drunk. Okay. No, he has a girlfriend, Irish girlfriend, trampoline. All right. Okay. But I like that. This is kind of over here. I can't believe. Okay, let's have a nice hand for Brendan Kennedy right next to his fucking doppelganger. Okay, you guys look like the Smith brothers. Okay, right up there. They were cough drops. Okay. Okay, and I'm telling you, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you here, right over here. And I got 2 words for you: rehab quick. All right. Right over there, ladies and gentlemen, we have a guy named Chris Osborne who's here tonight. Come on, let's give it up for Chris Osborne. Stand up, Chris. Let him see you. Let him see you. Okay. He's available for any male-on-male massages, okay? Because he fucking rubs all these guys the wrong way. I don't know what the fuck he does, okay? But he run the right way. And he has a happy ending to every one of his songs. But right over there, let's have a nice hand for that Chris Osborne right over there. Of course, the one and only, okay, Richie Redding. Okay, come on, Richie Redding, we heard a lot about him. We heard a lot about Richie Redding, okay, about his ego, okay, and I'm surprised that there's any more room in this fucking room, okay, because he does that, okay, and all your colleagues were down on you, Rich, for not being here, but you showed up because you know that it might mean something for you. All right, but I'm just saying, okay, one of the funniest guys I know. Let's have a nice hand for Richie Redding, all right? What can I say about John Kensel? John Kensel, come on, give it up for John Kensel. John Kensel, okay, he is the 50th anniversary Ken doll. All right. Yeah, no, well, no, is it too much? A very funny man. Let's have it for the Catholic school kid right over there. Give me a ride, help me out and everything. We're going to try to do a good thing. And of course, last but not least, my good friend, okay, Danny B. Let's have a nice hand for Danny B. Danny B is from the other side of the tracks, okay? And he has tracks running on this arm and this arm. But I say there's no syringe benefits for that, but I'll stick it to him as much as I can. But Danny B being right here, all right, is a very, very funny man, and I took him from nowhere. I found him on under the L in Kensington, and he said $15. All right. I admire you for that, and now he has a banjo instead of showing his organ. All right. I want to say a nice thing. For the Backseat Film Festival people. They put together a nice theater here. Let's forget about all these cares and fucking woes and just watch movies, listen to the comedians, and hear the piano player. Okay? Thank you very much.